We have close to 150,000 Earth Ranger members all across the country who have come together to share their passion for wildlife with their friends and family, and who are working really hard to help protect animals through a number of our programs.
Now, to date, Earth Rangers have raised over $2.5 million, and they've completed over 120,000 animal-saving missions.
You see, we have a very serious problem. Many animals are at risk of disappearing from our planet completely, and as Earth Rangers, we need to take action. So today, we will be revealing this year's Bring Back the Wild Project animals, introducing you to some of our partners who are working really hard to conserve the planet, and we're going to show you how to become an Earth Ranger so you guys can start saving animals too. But first, do you guys want to see some animals? All right. First guest, Chavez.
Now, this is Chavez, and Chavez is a crimson-rumped toucanet. Now, as Laura mentioned, they do get their name from the bright red feathers just above their tail on their lower back. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is walk down the center aisleway so everyone at the back can see Chavez a little bit closer. While I do, I don't want anybody raising their hands. I don't want anyone to scare Chavez. All right? Now, I did mention that he is a toucanet, but I didn't mention something very special. He is our newest animal ambassador. This is actually his first national tour. So you guys are some of the first people in Canada who get to meet this incredible animal ambassador. Now, I did mention that he is a toucanet, and this is a small member of the toucan family. They all have a really big beak. Now, these look kind of funny to us, but they serve a really important role in the wild. So right now, I'm going to put Chavez up on this perch, and we're going to see if he wants to hop for you guys to show you how he might do that in the wild. Now, in the wild, they have those nice big beaks because, as Laura mentioned, they like to eat fruits and insects up in the canopy of the jungle. Now, often, the food that they're looking for is hidden away inside of cracks and crevices. So, having this nice long beak allows them to reach inside of cracks and crevices and get food that other animals might not be able to reach. So they like to hop between branches instead of flying. But this means that deforestation is a big concern for these animals. And we can actually demonstrate that right now. So I'm going to get Laura to remove those center two perches for us. And I am going to put Chavez back on this perch. Now, as trees are cut down, it creates open spaces in the canopy of the jungle, just like this one. And Chavez doesn't want to fly across it, because not only is he a bad flyer, but he's also more open to predators who might be looking for him. But there's actually something that we can all do to help protect animals like Chavez, and it is very simple. We can all help to decrease deforestation by following the 3 R's. Has anyone ever heard of the 3 R's? A couple of you? Who can tell me what they are? What are the 3 R's? What do you think? That's exactly right. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. And if we all follow these 3 very simple things, we can make a huge difference and help protect animals like Chavez. Now, I think he's done a great job. Can we give him a big round of applause, guys?
So everyone, please welcome Hugo.
Now, this is Hugo, and Hugo is a striped skunk. Now, before you guys get too worried, I'm going to tell everybody right now, Hugo is descented and cannot spray. So you guys have nothing to worry about. We can all breathe easy. But Hugo is what we call an omnivore. Now, who knows what an omnivore is? What do you think? That's right. He eats both meat and vegetables. In fact, Hugo will eat everything that he can find, including insects and animals that are already dead. So actually, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put him up on the camera so you guys can watch him eat a little bit closer. camping is a great way to get in touch with nature and see some really cool things. But when you go camping, you guys always make sure that you leave the campsites nice and clean so that next people go camping have a great time as well. Well, you guys should do the same thing at home in your very backyards. Make sure that it's nice and clean. Now, Hugo here is demonstrating how he might be able to get into someone's garbage at home if you leave stinky things outside. So we're going to try that one more time, see if he wants to demonstrate for you one more time. Now, I've talked about what he eats and where he lives. So I'm also going to talk about how he defends himself. Now, who knows, how does a skunk defend themselves? Who knows how a skunk defends themselves? What do you think? Right up here in the front. They spray. Now, a skunk has a musk gland at the base of their tail, and if they get scared, they can spray a musk that is so strong, as people, we can smell it for over a kilometer away. But they don't want to spray unless they absolutely have to. So in the wild, a skunk will give you 3 warnings before they spray. Now, the first thing that a wild skunk is going to do is they're going to growl and hiss, and they're going to make lots and lots of noise. And this means leave me alone. So you should leave that animal alone. But if you don't listen and you get even closer, the second thing that animal is going to do is they're going to stomp their 2 front feet. Some of them might pull them back in the dirt, making a furrow. Some of them might even do a handstand. Now, this is your second warning, and this means leave me alone right now. So you should leave that animal alone. But if you still don't listen and you get even closer, the third and final thing that animal is going to do is they are going to turn their bodies into a U and point their butt directly at you. Now, this is your third and final warning. If you still don't leave that animal alone, you're going to get sprayed by that really stinky musk. But as long as you listen to that animal and leave it alone, you have nothing to worry about.
So today, I'd like to tell you guys about a research project that is happening right now in a place called Kelowna, all the way over in Quebec. Now, everyone's heard of a swimming pool, a tidal pool, probably even a wading pool. Hands up if you've ever heard of a vernal pool before. A vernal pool. A few of you guys? Not many people have heard of vernal pools, to be honest, but guys, they are really cool and they are so important. In simple terms, a vernal pool is a seasonal pond, and it's made from an impression or a dip in the ground and the water from melted snow or rainfall. Now, these pools are very shallow, but they can range in size from a massive puddle to a really small pond. These pools are hidden away in cool, dense forests, and they have the tendency to disappear, well, sort of. So they can be ephemeral, which means that they dry up completely after 3 to 5 months. You wouldn't even know that pool is there. Or they can be semi-permanent, which means that they only dry up about halfway. Either way, they can be really hard to find. But if you guys happen to come across one on your hike in the woods, you guys have actually come across a wildlife hotspot. As SFI scientists are discovering, vernal pools are so important to the survival of many woodland creatures, like raccoons, ducks, hawks, but especially amphibians. Who can give me an example of an amphibian? Right here in the green. A frog, that's exactly right. And frogs, as well as salamanders, rely really heavily on vernal pools in order to survive. Because these pools are made from the water of melted snow and rainfall and not from rivers or streams, they're free from any big hungry fish that would eat the amphibians. So they make perfect breeding grounds. So to help, SFI has assembled a team of biologists and volunteers to venture into the wilds of Kelowna and collect water samples from many of these vernal pools. These water samples will then get sent to a laboratory for DNA analysis, which can tell the scientists exactly which species of animals have traveled through these pools, which in my opinion is probably the coolest part. Now, in addition, they will be working to develop a method of mapping vernal pools using satellite images. Because by knowing exactly where these pools are located, we can work to protect them for generations of frogs and salamanders to come. Now, this animal can be found living on every continent on the planet, well, except for one, Antarctica. It's a little too cold for her there. But she is one of the fastest animals in the world. So everyone, please welcome Kateri.
Now, this is Kateri, and Kateri is a peregrine falcon. Now, they are one of the fastest animals in the world. When they see something that they want to eat, they tuck their wings into a teardrop shape, and they dive down at their food. And when they do this, they can reach speeds of 320 kilometers an hour. Now, that is 3 times faster than your parents and teachers should be driving on the highway. It is very fast. And the peregrine falcon is actually an incredible success story. You see, 50 years ago, these animals were disappearing. And the cause was a pesticide called DDT. Now, we used to spray DDT on all of our fields in order to kill insects and things that ate our crops. But the problem was, it stuck around in the environment for a very long time. And eventually, it made its way into the bodies of peregrine falcons. Now, for peregrine falcons, this meant that they would lay eggs with really thin shells. And when mothers would sit on their own eggs to keep them warm, they would actually break their own eggs. So there were no babies being born. But I did say that she is an incredible success story. You see, thanks to a countrywide ban of the toxic chemical DDT and the reintroduction of over 1,500 peregrine falcons across Canada, they've made an incredible comeback. They can now be seen living all across Canada in their natural habitats, and they have just been taken off of the endangered species list. So she is a great example of how people working together can make a huge difference, and we can help to protect animals. Now, I think she has done a great job coming out to see you guys. Can we give her a big round of applause?
From mountains to prairies, streams to oceans, our great country is one of the last places to have pristine, untouched habitats where animals can live wild and free. In fact, Canada is one of very few places that still has a lot of its native wildlife living here, that have lived here for thousands of years, like wolves, like mountain lions, and as you all know, living here in BC, like bears, just to name a few. Unfortunately, many countries all around the world have lost a lot of their native wildlife due to human activities, like pollution, development, and illegal hunting. So you know what, guys? As Canadians, we have an incredible opportunity to help protect our country's land and animals before it's too late. But you know what? We have to act right now. So hands up if you want to help. Amazing. We love to see so many hands. All right, guys, hands down.
Who knows what animal this one is? Who knows what animal that is? Wait, right here. Yeah. A bear? That's a great guess. It's not a bear. It's tricky. Who knows what it is? Waving your hand right here. A spirit bear. Another great guess. It's not a spirit bear. I'm going to take one more. What do you think? That's right. This is a wolverine. Now, these are all members of the mustelid family. In fact, this is the oldest and largest mammal family. Their ancestors lived over 35 million years ago. Now, pine martens, as their name suggests, like to live in old-growth forests, where there are lots of fir, pine, and spruce trees. Now, pine martens, they are opportunistic hunters, and this means anything they have the opportunity to eat, they're going to eat. So when it comes to pine martens dining, there's a lot of things on the menu. Insects, mice, berries, nuts, fish, or even carrion, or already dead animals. Now, eating so many things actually helps them to survive when food is scarce. But it's also really good for the ecosystem. They help to reduce rodent populations, they decrease disease by eating dead animals, and they spread seeds all around the forest so that new plants can grow. Now, when you become an Earth Ranger, you will be joining a community of over 150,000 individuals who've all made a promise to help protect animals and the environment. The best part is it is completely free. And when you sign up, you will get your very own Earth Rangers membership card with your name on it sent to you at home in the mail. And then it's your job to help protect animals. So to begin, you can start your very own Bring Back the Wild campaign to help protect one of these 5 incredible animals. So this Halloween, you can help save the eastern small-footed bat. You can do more than just collect candy. You guys can collect spare change and help us protect this incredible animal from white nose syndrome, which is a disease that is wiping out entire populations. Now, this is Leonard, and Leonard is an American kestrel. Now, as Laura mentioned, he is a bird of prey. He is a falcon, which means that he is a powerful predator. Now, in order to be a powerful predator, he needs to be really good at flying. So do you guys want to see him fly today? Yeah! Excellent. In order for this to happen, I need to go over a couple of rules. I need everybody sitting flat on their bums, nobody up on your knees. My second rule, I need everyone to take their hands. I want you to put them in your laps, and I want you guys to keep them there. I don't want to see anybody raising their hand while Leonard is out. And the final thing, guys, I need everyone to have a seat and to remain seated. I don't want anyone standing up and moving while he's out. If you have to go to the bathroom, just hold it. We are almost done. Now, that being said, he is very quick, so watch very carefully. Now, we are not done yet. There is one more thing that I want to do. So I'm going to send Leonard to the back one more time. Now, I have here in my hand something called a lure. Now, a lure is designed to look just like something that they would eat in the wild. So this lure looks just like a little butterfly. So we're going to see if Leonard wants to demonstrate how he might catch a butterfly in the wild. Now, in the wild, they will either punch it out of the air and then come back down and land on it, or they will just grab it and take it right to the ground. So we're going to see if Leonard wants to demonstrate this ability. So when I count down, I'm going to have Laura turn around, and hopefully Leonard would fly over here. I'm going to throw this into the air, and he will demonstrate this behavior. All right, so everybody remembering those rules? And here we go. And he punched it right out of the air and came back down to land on it. Come here, buddy. I think he's done a great job. Let's give him a big round of applause.